warm weather continues.
It's just it scares me because, Caroline, I don't want it to feel too hot too soon.
It's a lot, right?
I know. Well, and it has been a lot. We've set a record high temperature 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
It's hardly noon, and we're getting so close. Let me show you what it's like there today, because it's a lot like the last several days. We are seeing unprecedented heat for this time of year. A live look from our Arc Generators camera showing a mix of sunshine and clouds, but it's really all about those temperatures. Our record high temperature for the day today is 82 degrees. Right now it is 12:08. Air temperature already reaching 81, and a big culprit is going to be these winds. They're coming in from the southwest at 9 miles per hour, and whenever we have that westerly component, that really is efficient at heating us up. So this is pretty much a shoo-in that we're going to reach 82 degrees today. So our 4th day in a row with record high temperatures. Sunset tonight at 6:03, so that's the benefit. Once we get into February, we will start seeing those later sunsets. As for the temperatures, though, certainly not feeling like early February. Currently sitting in the upper 70s and the lower 80s, 81 here in Houston, 78 in Tomball. Look on the island, 74 degrees. You might think, oh, refreshing. Well, the thing is, they are still dealing with that dense sea fog, so making it into the mid 70s, it's not going to be feeling fabulous out there. In fact, across the entire area, dew points in the 60s. It is humid, it is muggy, just like what we've been seeing for the last several days. Through the afternoon today, we're actually forecasting temperatures to continue to climb past records. By 3 o'clock, 84 degrees. You are going to be seeing mostly sunny skies, humid conditions, and that's going to be the case over the next 3 days. In fact, every single day we've put a forecast high of 84 degrees. I would not be surprised if we even bump this up to 86 by the time we get to Saturday. Don't worry, though, that's not going to be the trend of climbing temperatures. Andy, Lisa, coming up, I'm going to talk about a cold front expected on Sunday.
Okay, we will check back with you, Caroline. Thank you.
In addition to increasing your chance of stroke, AFib causes a stress on the heart that progressively gets worse over time. Dr. Sharma says when patients start having more and more episodes of atrial fibrillation, it can weaken the heart muscle and contribute to congestive heart failure.
Thank you so much, Haley. Hey, if you're heading outside today, we've got foggy conditions out there on the beach. This is that sea fog we've been tracking every single day. It is still in place, and that's going to be staying with us as we head through the weekend. Now, looking a lot different from the coast to further inland. In fact, it's night and day. That sea fog really going to be limited to areas within 1 mile of the Gulf. As for us here in Houston, a live look from our Arc Generators camera. We've got plenty of blue skies out there. This is pleasant, but it is helping us warm up very efficiently. In fact, temperatures once again already approaching those record-breaking levels. Currently upper 70s and the lower 80s. Keep in mind, this time of year, our normal high temperature is 65 degrees. So we are well above average. Currently sitting at 81 in Sugar Land, 77 up in Huntsville. What's not helping is going to be that humidity. We've got winds coming off the Gulf, and that's increasing our moisture levels. This is why it's been feeling muggy, certainly not crisp in the morning. If you are grilling this afternoon, temperatures are going to continue to climb by 2 o'clock, 82 degrees, 84 at the heat of the day with mostly sunny skies. And this is what we can expect as we go over the next few days. Tomorrow, once again, 84 degrees, 84 on Saturday. Every single day dealing with that dense fog as we go through the overnight hours into the morning. And then on Sunday, finally going to start to see some change. That's going to come with a 20% chance of showers as a cold front tries to push into the area. As for the fog, that's going to start to work in further inland as we go into the overnight hours. By 10 o'clock, seeing visibility start to reduce. That's going to last through the morning commute. This is 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, so plan on a bit of extra time out there on the roads. By about 2 hours after sunrise, this is all going to mix out, and visibility will be improved for everybody except for our far coastal areas. I do expect that sea fog to stay with us once again through the day on Friday. even as we head into Saturday. Rinse and repeat nearly every day. So let's talk about when the weather finally does change. Our future track is going to show a cold front pushing in from the Pacific. This means we're not getting Arctic air. It's just going to be slightly cooler air. That cold front starts to work into the state on Saturday. Unfortunately, models have been suggesting that it could stall out, meaning we're not going to get all of the benefits. Regardless, it is going to bring rain chances starting on Sunday, and I do think it's going to pass through by Monday. That's going to lower our temperatures from the mid 80s to the mid 70s. Lisa, Andy, as we look ahead to the end of next week, it looks like we're going to finally get some highs back into the lower 60s as well.
Yeah, kind of close to seasonable. Okay.
Thanks, Caroline.
For early February, we've got humid, warm conditions, and because it's so warm and humid, we're starting to see some of our spring pollen this early. In fact, tree coming in the high category. Not only are we talking about cedar tree pollen, we're also talking about elm tree, elm and birch now starting to show up on our pollen counts, and those are typically big spring pollens. As for mold spores, this is in the moderate category, so if you suffer from allergies, certainly take those medications as you're heading out the door, because outside, it's kind of muggy and gross. You live look from our Arc Generators camera, not seeing any rainfall today. Yesterday, we were able to squeeze out a few raindrops, but all in all, it's just about the heat. Temperatures currently in the lower 80s, in part because of that wind coming from the southwest, 9 miles per hour. So not too breezy, but that westerly component certainly helping us heat up. Temperatures across the board, upper 70s and the lower 80s, 80 degrees here in Houston, 76 out in Winnie. As you head into the afternoon, it'll continue to be humid, but if you're looking to wash the car before the weekend, I say go for it. We're not tracking rain chances until Sunday afternoon. That's coming with a cold front, but Andy, Lisa, more on that extended forecast coming up.
All right, Caroline, thank you. Governor, else we're taking seriously this weather forecast, Caroline. I mean, we're not messing around with the heat this week.
No, we're not messing around with the heat. And once we get to the Super Bowl on Sunday, we are going to start to track rain chances, which I think is not what people were hoping for. I mean, if it's going to be warm and dry, at least stay warm and dry through the basically holiday, because a lot of folks are having parties out there. I want to show you our watch party forecast. Watch the commercials and hope the refs behave. Watch party forecast, 77 degrees here in Houston, mostly cloudy skies. This is as a front moves in. As for New Orleans, by the way, they'll be in the mid 70s as well. Pretty similar forecasts here and there, but here we are dealing with those rain chances. Like I said, I think a 20% chance of showers. So if you had planned on doing some cornhole or football in the yard, I think you're going to be just fine. A live look from our Arc Generators camera showing a mix of sunshine and clouds over the Southwest Freeway. Closer to the coast, they're still dealing with that dense sea fog, which is why you're going to notice Galveston significantly cooler. Right now, sitting at 73 degrees. I will say with sea fog, 73 is actually pretty warm, a lot warmer than previously forecasted. Here in Sugar Land, 81 degrees, 78 out in Tomball. Everybody dealing with winds coming from the Gulf that's helping us stay nice and humid. So extra hairspray, that's going to be a must if you are heading out, getting any yard work done. Temperatures steadily warming up by 2 o'clock, 82 degrees at the heat of the day, 84. Keep in mind our record high temperature today. That's 82. So we are expected to smash that record. If you're counting, this is the 4th day in a row that we will have seen record high temperatures. Now, likely not going to be the last day in a row, because Friday and Saturday forecast high temperatures in the mid 80s. I think if we get enough of a southwest wind on Saturday, we could hit 86 degrees. So records still going to be possible. And then Sunday, we'll start to watch that cold front. So visibility wise, once again overnight tonight, going to see that fog creep its way inland, staying with us through the overnight hours. Once we get to about 2 hours after sunrise, things will start to clear up. And that's going to be the case every single day until our cold front comes. Let me show you what that cold front is, because it's a Pacific front. You can see it coming in from the west coast. This means it does not have an Arctic push of air, and there's a chance it stalls out. Regardless, this will bring our rain chances as we go into the day Sunday afternoon. Few days, the entire week, the island has been covered with sea fog. Not the case today. A beautiful time down on the island. You can see Pleasure Pier. Folks out there on the beach finally getting sunshine. Now, I don't want to give any false promises. Certainly, we can have more sea fog as we go into the evening tonight, even as we go through the weekend, but it is promising to see that the sun has been coming out here in Houston. We've been dealing with a mix of sunshine and cloud cover, temperature-wise, setting records, 82 degrees. A big reason for that is those winds coming from the south-southwest. That westerly component really helps us heat up, and that's going to be staying with us today all the way through Saturday. As for temperatures for the rest of the area, for our friends in Fort Bend County, Sugar Land, 82 degrees, 76 on the island, 82 up in Livingston. So as you're heading out to walk the dog this evening, no need for the jackets or sweaters. T-shirts will be just fine. Temperatures slow to cool down at 76 degrees. At 7 o'clock, 76 degrees. You'll start to notice increasing fog and warm temperatures through the weekend. But Lisa, coming up, we're talking about a cold front that's going to bring rain chances for the upcoming week.
Okay, we'll check back soon. Caroline, thank you. Caroline Brown, as we focus on which camera? This one, it's moving. Focus on the forecast here, and it's been, if you like the sunshine and the warmth, then
I mean, it's just an early spring.
It is.
It's safe to say that the groundhog dropped the ball this year for Houston. I mean, sorry, Puxwani Phil said early winter, and immediately we started seeing record high temperatures every single day. Yeah, and I mean, that's what high alto cumulus clouds outside. Temperature-wise, we are toasty. Currently 84 out in Tomball, 81 in Huntsville, 76 on the island. Much warmer than they have been because the sea fog not quite as prominent. Finally seeing the sun shining through. As for our dew points, the amount of moisture in the atmosphere, it's humid outside. There's no way around it. Extra hairspray if you're trying to hold curls. My recommendation, don't even bother with it. As we go through the afternoon, it's going to continue to stay muggy, warm, temperatures falling slowly. By 7 o'clock, only 76 degrees. Sunset tonight at 6:03, so it's going to start to get comfortable, but for this time of year, about 20 degrees warmer than we should be. Our overnight low temperatures should be waking up in the mid-40s. As we go through the next few days, you'll notice temperatures in the mid-80s. Tomorrow and Saturday, if those winds from the southwest pick up, it is certainly possible we could be closer to 86, in which case record highs will be possible, but then changes finally start to come on Sunday. Now, before then, we're going to continue to see much of the same. That dense fog will become more widespread overnight. So waking up tomorrow morning, this is 7 a.m. You can see foggy conditions throughout southeast Texas. Once we get to sunrise, give it about an hour or two and things are going to mix out of here. And then it's going to be all about the heat. This is going to be the case even as we go Friday night into Saturday morning. So through the weekend, mild, muggy, foggy mornings into the afternoon, partly cloudy skies, and then temperatures back into the 80s. Now, we've been talking about a cold front on the way, and I want to show you where it's coming from. Friday at 5, you can see this cold front through the four corners. This is a Pacific cold front, meaning it's coming in from the west, doesn't have that push of cold Canadian air, so we're not expecting any major temperature drop. And it doesn't look like it's going to be pushing through quite as early as previously forecast. On Saturday night, it's going to get all stalled up here north of our area, which means maybe some showers for Sunday. I'm saying about 10% or less. And then it's just going to continue to bring rain chances through the upcoming week. So the actual front likely not going to be passing through until Tuesday or Wednesday. That's why you're going to see rain chances increase as we go into next week. What I can tell you for sure is that temperature is going to get a lot closer to where we should be. By Monday and Tuesday, temperature is going to be in the lower 70s, so still above normal. No problems outside on Sunday.
Good. And get the umbrellas ready for next week.
Yeah.
Okay, Caroline, thank you. Still to come.
Quite frankly, it's not looking too good for those who suffer from seasonal allergies like myself. Tree pollen, usually the cedar fever, is the main culprit in the winter time, but we're still seeing cedar. But right now we're also starting to pick up on elm and birch. That means our tree pollen is coming in at high. Now, thankfully, weed and grass pollens, those are going to be low to none, but mold spores in the moderate range. So if you do suffer from allergies, certainly take those medications. A live look outside over downtown. You can see a mix of sunshine and clouds. Temperatures really warm out there. 82 degrees. Hard to believe that it's still early February. We've got winds coming in from the south-southwest at 7 miles per hour. And it's that westerly component that's really helped us warm up over the last several days. Temperatures currently sitting in the lower 80s, down on the island 76 degrees because of all of that sunshine. So if you like it warm, this is for you. And dew points actually a tad lower right now than they have been. I would say that's tolerable. So if you want to get a jog in, the later, the more comfortable it's going to be. But Lisa, once again, I'm tracking dense fog overnight. I've got all the details coming up.
Okay, we'll check back. Caroline, thank you. We, though, are very mild.
We are on the opposite side of the spectrum.
Yes.
We're talking about record high temperatures every single day. We should be in the mid 60s. So when people are confused about what to wear, that makes sense.
Right.
I get it. You think sweaters and jeans, but t-shirts and shorts, that's what you need. Take a look at our way. Is going to go down as another red day because we hit at least 82 degrees. That's our 4th day in a row seeing a record high temperature here in the Houston area. This is not normal. If you take a live look outside, you can see from our Houston area Chevy dealer's camera, the Southwest Freeway, some blue skies and sunshine coming down. As for our temperatures, we are warm, currently sitting in the lower to mid 80s, 82 here in Houston, 82 up in Tomball, College Station, 84 degrees. Everybody seeing winds coming from the Gulf, and that's increasing our humidity. It's just not going to be a good hair night over the next several days. Regardless, if you are firing up the grill, temperatures slow to cool down overnight tonight, sunset at 6:03 p.m., and then conditions will get more comfortable. Not seasonable. As for 8 o'clock, 74 degrees. Waking up tomorrow morning in the mid to upper 60s. Every single afternoon, making it into the 80s. Now we are going to start to see some changes on Sunday, but before then, I did want to mention that fog. This is going to be a problem every single morning through the weekend. Once we get to about 9 a.m. in the morning, all of this should be mixing out. But for the early morning commuters, plan on a bit of extra time, those low beams. And for our coastal communities, sea fog possible through the entire day. As for our next cold front, that is finally coming this weekend, but you're not really going to notice any impacts until next week. That front moving in from the west coast, that's a Pacific front, so no punch of cold air. It's also expected to stall out to the north of us, which means maybe a 10 to 20% chance of showers on Sunday, but we really won't see slightly cool. I mean, I was 2 months pregnant for Beryl, 9 months pregnant for the snowstorm. And now it's baby time.
It's been a journey. This is her last forecast before you leave for maternity leave. We're so excited for you and Jack and little baby and the whole family.
We're so excited. And don't worry, I'm going to be back before next hurricane season. So I'll be back in May. But I'm really excited for the journey of motherhood.
We're so happy for you.
Thank
We're
you.
going to miss this one for the little bit that you'll be gone. But you enjoy and you send pictures.
Yes. And there's a great team here who will be holding down the fort.
Indeed. All right, Caroline. Thank you.